All right. In that case, um, where have you guys left off? Several of you guys were just doing some odds and ends around the monastery. So actually, I think we'll do the one that's probably the most active of the crafting bros, Senator and Savant.
Damn right.
You guys are heading back downstairs towards the personal forges, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
All right.
Yes.
So, you guys head down to work on your new project of this three-piece shield. And you do find a. It's not the same workstation, but it is a similar workstation.
Oh, we don't got the corner piece again?
Unfortunately, no. But there is one that you can work on, which is large enough that you can set out the pieces that you need. So this is going to be a 4-step process. Actually, no, it's going to be only a 3-step process, probably.
Well, defining if you say polishing and fine-tuning or whatever.
I'm going to do it as the final one. So the first two will be working on the actual assembly of the 3 pieces. And then the third one will be for the reinforcement and actual
Polishing. Probably.
finishing off.
Polishing and strapping.
Yeah. So for this, this will probably mostly be Senager leading on this.
All right.
I will say you probably have advantage with Savant helping.
I'm proficient in smithing tools.
So yes, you would have advantage on this Senager. You'll be leading.
Okay, so I'm gonna use my athletics, which is essentially the same because I don't have the thing +4 to my. So with advantage,
Yes.
natural 20.
Oh!
All right. So the first step of actually carving the 2 half pieces in the half moon shape goes without a hitch. You almost with like finger precision begin creating this half moon shape on both sides, have it measured up correctly, with literally no problem. You were worried they may start to fracture with a little bit of chipping, but it was clean cut. With both of those pieces in place, you begin to attach them to the central buckler piece. Give me a. Yeah, this one's going to be more actually combining, so I'm actually going to say this is going to be more of a wisdom based.
Wisdom based.
Yeah.
Okay, so that would be a +3. Let me see if I.
So you still have your proficiency, but then it'll be plus wisdom.
Oh, okay, so it's a +5.
Okay.
Okay, so.
With advantage because
You
Yeah, I
would
know
still
roll my
have
insight.
advantage on this.
It's
I'm
24.
as wise as he is.
Okay, same number. So 24. Yeah, same. In the same similar fashion, with Savant holding the pieces in place for you, with clamps, you begin actually almost like the mending cantrip. You begin fusing the 2 pieces together. What's the danger? They'll be too flimsy, but you manage to actually almost fuse the 2 pieces of metal together, even though they're of different qualities. The line is actually pretty good and almost indistinguishable. And you do this for both the pieces on the top and bottom. For the final stage, this will actually be Savant working on this, as this is more of the finicky actual tidying up for all the attachments, as well as the reinforcement bars. You will have advantage with Savant assisting on this. Senator assisting. Damn it, S's. So yeah, Savant, this is you with Dex.
Oh,
Nat 20.
Another nat 20. All right then.
20, a 19, and a 20.
I'd say you guys are indeed now copyrighted, trademarked trade bros, craft bros. So yeah, again, you just follow up with Senator, almost like you guys have been doing this for years. As you swap places, Senator, you take the two, not too heavy, rounded pieces of metal to use as a reinforcement bar to go around the ridge. Almost like a bracer going around the whole. Is it spherical or oval? It's oval.
Yeah, it would be oval.
Yeah, it'll be oval. Yeah, it's in a complete oval shape.
Over tower shield.
Almost like a stencil, to keep a reinforcement of the actual shape. With Senator also assisting by holding the metal in place. You complete the work going all the way around, keeping up with the detailing required to keep this in place and attached to the metal securely. You attach the wrist guard for your size, which in comparison your wrist is like half the size of Senator, so yeah.
But it probably is a double attachment on the shield.
Yeah, it'll
like
be
one for
two
the hand
pieces.
and one for the legs.
For the arm. So yeah, both of those go on without hitch. You check the straps. You check the front to make sure it's kept smooth. You bend it in a little bit so it has a little bit of a conical shape to it.
Basically like a Roman tower shield.
Basically. And then you finish off by smoothing it over, making sure there's no heavy dents into it. But considering the work that Senator did, there was literally nothing else to do. And you complete it without a hitch.
Right? Fucking bro face, man.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yes.
Oh, and by the way, is the female Goliath still in the area?
On that note, you actually are approached as you guys are working by a large towering figure that stands behind you, who bends down a little bit to get to your heights and to peek over your shoulder. Well, this is quite some work the two of you have been doing.
And I look behind my shoulder, and I'm assuming she is the Goliath.
You do see a face of a Goliath, intrigued, but very almost scary face if it wasn't for the smile of intrigue. With these two huge gashes, one across her right eye, the one just going onto her cheek, and this terrible mess of hair in this pulled back mohawk of braids and knots. It's not terribly well done, but it's hair. And you both can, even down here, there's definitely a wild smell coming from her furs she has around her neck and around her waist. So, what's the occasion?
Just messing around. He needed a shield. We thought it was going to be cool. What do you know? It was. You interested in the craft? I'm not sure I've seen you before.
You haven't.
And let me introduce myself. My name is Enigia. Just try to get a handshake.
She kind of just stands to look at it.
Savant peeks from behind the tower
Fine.
shield.
And
Savant? Shrapnel.
she eventually puts her hand out with a sigh and shakes your hand pretty firmly. Actually, give me a strength check.
Really? Strength check. Shit, I'm not good at those.
As it's
Yeah, it's 15 because
still
advantage.
15. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
It's still 15. She definitely takes the lead on this handshake as your arm begins to move without your motion. But you do manage to stiffen it a little bit. She's impressed you managed to not become a flimsy flesh bag in her hand. But she kind of gives a chuff and a not bad.
A handshake you're there. So, what brings you to the Mirror Forge? How many people venture to this path? Unless they want to join, in which case, this is the best place to do it.
I'm not here to join. I'm here to pick something up.
Ooh.
And you ask too many questions.
Yeah, I do that. Sorry.
You said the shield's for the little one.
Yes, indeed it is.
Yes, it's also sort of a remembrance when for me when I'm not here. At least I think so, as he looks at the senator.
Yeah, I would say so.
And a bit of a like celebration of our friendship, I think.
Oh yeah, thoroughly crafted bros, man. And once again, bro fist.
he moves the tower shield and broke it.
Boom.
As it's nearly all behind the shield.
It's like, boom. You guys put way too much impact into it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Boom! Full force.
Well, if you two manage to craft this, well, I have no worries about what I'm waiting on.
You shouldn't, really shouldn't. Best fucking crafters in a whole continent.
Well, I hope so if he's called the Master of the Forge.
Oh, you have Master Durand crafting something for you.
No.
You
know there's a difference between
Yeah,
Forge
no, I know.
Master and Master of the Forge.
Oh, because we're alright, okay. Do I know who the Master of the Forge is? Is it because it's Ket, which is the Furnace Master?
The name... You don't know if there's a name that goes with it. You just know that title. Who is
Alright, so there's someone, okay.
who's... you've never met... You've never seen... But you've heard the title, and he's the one that reigns over the actual Mirror Forge. He's not the leader, but he's the... You could say symbol
Right,
for the
and
monastery.
he's, the symbol of the monastery is crafting something for her. Okay. Impressive. I am impressed by the news. Master of the Forge is crafting something for you. That's...
Not for
Not-
me.
Well, crafting something that you are taking. It's not an honor that is given to many people. I am impressed.
Apparently... That's it.
Yeah, you were saying something, so I stopped.
Yeah, it's just literally apparently.
Alright, apparently. Okay, sorry. I thought it was going to. No, and alright. So this is totally I wanted to be in character, so Sanjay was expecting her to say something else. Right. Okay. Just a really shot in the dark. Are you in any way familiar with the Underdark?
She narrows her eyes.
Really shot in the dark. We're trying to find someone that can maybe give us an idea of the morphology of the place. We're venturing there in a not very long time, and we are trying to find not a guide, but perhaps someone that can give us a few pointers. And
She
I
kind
know
of
the rest. Sorry.
gives you a look up and down, turns to Savant, gives him a look up and down. You'd both die.
Oh, probably, but I mean, you have not seen us in action, so yeah, don't judge before you talk.
You'll probably die.
We might, yes, but we did manage to fend off. I think the right term is a fuckton. of dark elves. I'm not entirely sure if that's the precise term, but yeah. So we had.
Well, we didn't do it alone. But I
That
would
is true.
say
That is true.
alone we definitely have no chance.
Yeah, I mean,
but with the group I've seen, with the Broken Compass, we'll be probably fine. They're heroes, right?
Yeah.
She does give a bit of an expression when you say broken compass.
Can I insight check her?
Sure.
Can I also insight check her?
Sure, you're there, so why not?
Come on.
Oh, that was with Haunted, sorry.
You might want to take off the advantage, but that's fine.
Oh, alright. I'm wise as fuck.
It's only 2 less, so 11. And yeah, you have insight, so yeah, it's a +5 still. So yeah. So what was that? 23.
23.
Alright.
I am trying to see if she recognized the name because she said it while she was in here, or maybe it's a name that she recognized was somewhere else.
She kind of stopped, kind of thought of something, and then reacted. So it's definitely something that she's heard in past tense.
Okay. So yeah, as I was saying, we probably can manage to survive. We don't have to
the
cross.
ones that came from the front line.
Oh, you heard about us? And yes, them mostly. And I kind of look towards Savant. We are just kind of sticking around with the group.
Well, yes. But
So you're not.
I did help out with the ballista during the
we
taking
both
out the
did.
giants and stuff.
Yeah,
it's not
both
like
did.
we can't do anything. Don't sell us short.
Oh no, and we can craft a fucking beautiful shield apparently.
Apparently, it's a really nice
Shine
shield.
on the shield, like, "Wing."
You're kind of actually upset you didn't use better materials.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
fuck.
I mean, this was like a shot in the dark for us, because it was not going to work probably because of the 3-piece shield.
Yeah.
You know what?
And he fucking masterwork, like, fuck! Why did we use that?
It's a masterwork made of iron, but it's like it's masterwork.
Iron, steel, and brass.
Yeah,
Because my shield was brass.
that's true. But yeah, she kind of narrows her brow at you two. So are you or are you not part of the Broken Compass?
Temporary part of the Broken Compass, I would say.
She kind of narrows her brow and thinks on that a second. Is like,
Well, they hired me. Does
Yeah.
that count?
I mean, if you want to meet the Broken Compass, we can make you meet the Broken Compass. It's not a problem. They're here.
we'll see.
All right. Do you know where to find us?
We'll have a meeting. I'm leaving in 2 days.
Right, so we'll meet before then. I'll make sure to tell the rest of the Broken Compass that you're interested in talking with them.
Talking.
Or at least, yeah. I'm assuming that's what they're trying to do.
Or we
Unless-
could hit things.
Oh, you're not here. Do not.
Damn it!
Okay, so essentially at this point, I'm thinking Serin telling me something. Yeah, I spent way too much time with Serin. But sure, yes, we'll tell the rest. We'll make the rest of the Broken Compass know.
Good. We'll meet by the entrance to the Mirror Forge.
Fine, in 2 days? Sure. And, oh, I still haven't got your name. I don't think you've told me.
Call me Ro.
Ro it is.
R-O-E.
R-O-E. And I'm just gonna write down... Possibly wants to kill... everyone.
Possibly wants to kill us.
Maybe.
Maybe. Right, and I nod, and oh, she's going away. She's standing there.
Yeah, she's looking at your shield. It's like, and then exits to leave. Doesn't even say bye, just leaves.
And I look towards Savant. Well, this was surprisingly a surprisingly effective afternoon, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, yes, for a throwaway afternoon. Perfectly good work.
Yes.
Oh, and also, what's the current date?
Oh gosh.
End year, I guess. Or what
The
do you
actual
call it?
day would be the 20th of Bounty. There you go.
20th
Alright.
Monday.
I have-
Because Savant is engraving the shield.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Oh, that's nice.
That's nice.
Sign it.
I have no idea how the calendar works.
I have a description of it in game notes.
All right, I will give it a look.
Yeah. Yes. Simply, it's 10 months of the year, 30 days.
All right.
Is it 30? Yeah, 30 days. Every month.
Every week is 10 days.
Every week is 10 days. Yeah, that's the other weird difference. Instead of 7, it's 10 days. Yeah. So actually, it's technically a new day, a new week, or end of a new week. No, end of a week. Yeah, the 20th is the end of the week. Anyway, so yes, you two finish up on your shield as this new encounter with a Goliath has ended without any hostility. Anything else you two want to do while you're down?
I mean, not really. Just gonna try and find the others and kind of. I mean, what time is it at this point?
Probably going into afternoon.
Like early afternoon, late afternoon?
Probably early early afternoon.
All right, so we did great work. Okay.
Yeah, you two are pretty fast. Considering 220s, yeah, no, that was pretty good.
All right, I'm just gonna say, do you want to try the shield?
Well, yes, and who wants to try to hit me?
Well,
looks-
we can just mount it on a dummy and just try it with the all. You don't have to use it on your own. If you don't want
You
to.
know, the largest weapon I have.
Yeah.
Well, I also want to get a feel of it if I'm going to use it in combat.
All right, that's up to you.
Also, for the rest of the one, this is the engraving he made.
Hashtag crafting bros, I approve of this.
Nice.
Nice.
Also, it's not steel geese, it's steel gaze.
You know what? It is crafted. It is already crafted.
It's done.
It will be still keys for the rest of the history. I'm okay with this.
Steel geese.
I kind of give a look at engraving. I stop on still geese like for a couple of seconds. I give him like a look. Okay.
It's written in Gnomish. It looks more like Dwarvish.
Oh, is it in? Oh, it's in Gnomish. Okay.
No, it's just the Shrapnel has terrible handwriting.
Oh yeah, that's true. He actually does have horrible handwriting.
He was considering a career as a cleric, but he just,
It
didn't
actually
get the
makes
grades.
sense from a background that it has a horrible handwriting.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yes, it actually does very much that makes sense.
Oh right. Okay.
No, she's got shaky hands. No. So yeah, you two finish with the shield and then head up to look for the rest of the group.
Yeah.
Which is too hard considering the easiest ones to stand out because they're not wearing the standard robes of the temple. Also, actually, sorry, as you two are downstairs, you do also notice Eri working on a bunch of things, which is both terrifying from the ferocity of her working and hilarious with, especially for you, Synergy, the amount of excess energy she's put into stuff. It's hilarious. She's such an amateur at crafting.
It's just sloppy. It is just sloppy.
So Salantis gonna make a quick, I don't know, investigation to see what would she be able to make with all this
Perception.
jumble on it. Perception, okay. It's actually better than my investigation, so.
18. Looking at what she has, she's definitely making. You're not really sure. Yeah, even though the material she has it's a combination of what you would need for one of almost a rifle barrel, but also she has components for making a longsword. Like what? And you also see she has a small little packet of glowing powder. Sorry, of magicite powder. And you're like, what is that for?
He's not gonna say make anything about say anything.
Mm-hmm.
But he have a growing suspicion that he may have a competitor when it comes to rifling later. So.
It's really odd. You're like not sure because there's the barrel, but there's no end part. You're not sure what the end part's. There actually is no container. There's no handle. There's literally just the rifle barrel she's working on. You're like, what the hell is she doing?
Is she making a simple musket? What's she doing?
Yeah. So you have
confusedly he walks with Sanjay.
All right. So yeah, you two head upstairs, and in the main chamber you find Seren, I believe. Who
Yeah, probably.
would probably be in one of the common areas, sitting down, relaxing, and Ulan is up top still.
Also, I want to know, what does the shield now weigh?
Oh gosh, it's definitely probably doubled in weight.
12 pounds.
Yeah.
Shield.
That's definitely heavy. If it was any heavier, which it might have been if you guys did poorly on your rolls, it may have been a two-handed shield instead.
Thank God for being amazing at making a shield out of scrap material.
Yes. Okay, so fuck me. I've never rolled this well. 19 and a 20, one after another, and another natural 20 from you. Yeah, that was amazing.
Also, because
as
it
long
was
as we keep it to Saturdays.
yeah. Also, because you made it, that well. It actually gets a marking of Mastercraft, so it has a +1
Oh,
as
God,
a
that's
non-magical
like
item.
Fuck, we need to craft things more often.
Crafting is pretty good as long as you do it well. I'm proud of you two are really good at crafting.
Handy.
Yes.
Easy tree.
I saw your question, and
Okay.
yes, considering actually your class, yes.
Okay,
It would
good,
be
'cause I want
heavy.
that done.
It would be heavy.
Yeah, okay.
But because you're a blade dancer, you can throw heavy weapons, so
Yep.
whatever. You don't care. So yeah, that would happen.
Awesome.
You can ask your
You can ask crafting bros, which actually are coming upstairs to greet you.
Awesome.
Also, the shield is so big, it probably is like 20 centimeters from the ground when it's on his back.
It's pretty big. You probably actually need to do it sideways, just so it doesn't
carrying it
scrape.
sideways.
Yeah, so it doesn't scrape into the ground. But you do find Seren is
on
probably drinking.
Probably on
Well,
Like-
yeah, that and debating what to do with the.
Oh, right.
the,
Yeah, she has these
spear
two
tips.
really smelly spears.
we can drop it in acid. Nothing.
Yeah, she has these two spears with the black tipped metal. The wood itself is giving off a strong smell, especially down here with the heat. Probably needs to be removed pretty quickly, as there's definitely a gap in the people around her. So it's very easy to
Makes it
spot.
easy. It's fine.
Yeah.
Look where the crowd isn't.
It's like, oh, yeah, there's Seren. The void of people around her really makes it easy. Yeah. Do you guys say
Well,
anything? Or
Hello, Saren.
Hi. What's going on?
Nothing. We were just awesome. Just saying.
I'm just gonna arch an eyebrow.
And
Savant basically turns and puts on the shield, puts it on the ground. In a sort of an accident, I guess, out of sort of something to do during lunchtime. We made this. That is like shining, engraved like shield, tower shield.
Nice. Not bad. Can you actually carry that thing?
Yeah. Well, yes, in some degree, yes.
All right then.
So, how was your morning?
Excellent. Apparently the spear tips are adamantine.
Oh,
I know.
amazing.
I
I've
wanna
never
have
worked
metal.
with adamantine myself, I think, but
You technically haven't worked with it.
yeah.
You've seen the metal ingots, which are kind of this kind of grayish, almost like steel, but a little bit darker. And these, as they're forged, are like pretty much like jet black.
Yeah, I mean, I've not worked with it, but it's pretty damn awesome metal. You should hold on to those things.
Yeah, I'm debating having the wooden shafts replaced with metal.
Debating's a strong word, but
Well, yeah. Debating meaning I've already made up my mind, but that's besides the point. I should probably take these outside, though. Ugh.
Yeah, it kind of smells a bit.
I'll head back upstairs then.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
want just the tip. Keep just the tip.
What?
I'm just shaking my
I'm-
head.
she's gonna stop, think about that for a second, and just keep walking. It's like, no, not answering that.
Just get Aaron to cast Prestidigitate on it. There you go. Make the smell go away. But yeah, you go upstairs.
Wait, you want Aaron to do work?
That's true. Which
I
you do
would never
notice,
dream of asking him to do work while he's sunbathing.
and you do
know
notice he
better.
is still sunbathing. He has now got a glass of some type of liquid next to him. With this
Does
wonderful.
it have an umbrella in it?
It doesn't, unfortunately.
What? I always carry spare umbrellas just for those occasions.
Just for the fun of it, roll a d20 just to see if you do.
Yo, not 20, please.
Just nat 20, have a party bag with you at all time.
Okay, you have like a couple. You have like two. One of them was like from a party you went to.
God damn it, my stash of umbrellas was running low.
But yeah, so there is a little tiny umbrella which has no purposeful use apart from colour in his glass, as well as this wonderful flowery necklace he has around him, and he's got his rolled up trousers showing some bare leg to enjoy some of the sunshine, and his shirt is fully undone to show this wonderful V line for his neck. And off to the side you see Ulan and Serafina.
Didn't Ulan leave?
Oh, Ulan, did you leave?
Yeah, I went downstairs.
Oh, you did. Okay then, never mind. Wait, where did you go then? Did you just go into...
I went downstairs and you changed the scene before I said so.
Never mind, we'll
No
jump to
idea
you
where
then.
I've gone.
Where did you go then, sir?
I left the upstairs.
You left the upstairs for the
That was-
downstairs.
That was as much as my. It all happened off camera, so I don't know.
Okay.
I'll have to check.
Where were
Hang
you
on.
aiming to go?
Downstairs.
To...
I was just making the exit. I was gonna see if I could leave with the hat, but she noticed.
Oh.
That was all. I imagine probably. I would probably.
We'll get to you as we return to everyone upstairs, and we
Yeah.
can think on that, where you are aiming to go. So yeah, the three of you come upstairs, and there's only two of them upstairs. There we go. Serafina trying to read back into her book, and
Fine.
the ever wondrous Aaron attempting to sunbathe in the middle of a crater.
Well, at least it's open to the sky.
It is. And it is sunny enough for him to get some type of tan, so there is some change in his complexion, which is good.
I'm
How
no longer a beacon.
How difficult would it be to get the? You said the wood was rotting already. How
Oh.
difficult would it be to just basically pull it out of place and throw it away?
There would be a pin in the side of it. That
Okay.
you would need to pull out. But you could probably literally just, considering your strength, you could probably just pull out the wood, and it would just fall out.
But then we're ready.
Yes, ready?
Nothing.
No. Really, go ahead. Finish your thought.
I'm tanning.
Okay. Well, I wouldn't want to risk ruining the. I mean, the pin is already perfectly fitted in there, so I'll be careful about it.
Alright. Considering you have the craft bros with you, you could
I'll
bust-
take out my pliers from my tinker's tool.
Yeah, and you pull out the pin on both of them, I guess.
Yeah.
It's kind of a little, I guess, crusty with the word to use. As
Oh, lovely.
yeah, there's definitely some fluid that got in between that comes out. You're not gonna question or worry about where it came from, but you
Don't wanna
remove the wood, which is definitely discolored. There's lovely kind of reddish brown color. Yeah, and you do this on both of them. Just like, and you just like toss them over the side.
Well, yeah. Just away. Just far away.
You just javelin them into the distance.
Pretty much. Because I can.
You just hear it just like hit some rock in the background. Yeah, and now you just have two basically daggers at this point.
Cool.
With pins.
Yeah.
Someone looks at the dagger heads, the spear heads. How long would does he think it would take for us to? Well, with the expertise that they have, apparently,
Yeah.
how long would it take for him? He thinks to make two basically hollow bars to have fitting.
You
Don't necessarily want them hollow. I want the weight to them.
That's a lot of weight.
They would have to be balanced at least, which would be the main problem, essentially. Because we can make like a rod to attach to the tip. It would not be too much of a problem. But I know what I said.
Wow.
Just let it out.
I'm so glad that I'm muted right now.
You hear Seraphina chuckle on the other side of the platform. Just so.
Apparently, the dragon book is very funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, that would be the only concern. Making it, especially for the Synergy, would be pretty straightforward. And with Craft Buddy, probably even quicker. But yeah, probably.
Do we want two spears? We could do a very fast way and put spearheads on both ends and make it balanced that way.
No, 2 spears.
Yeah, 2 spears.
You heard the woman.
The
2
weight.
spares.
Wow, hang on, this has taken an unexpected turn.
Just
if we,
one
if
of
we
these
want to
days,
ma-
people
if we
will
want
remember
to,
I've got
if we want to
memorized.
repair them, we need to figure out the weight of the.
Yeah, this will take some time to just to balance it right. Nothing else.
Well, we can create them if we make the entire the main rod.
You can call it
That's also
shaft.
weird in that accent.
I think you can call it shaft. It is the actual name.
Yeah, no, it
It
is
the
actually name. Yeah.
Shaft. I didn't want to use it. Make the shaft. If we figure out the weight of the javelin part, do we have any
David.
weights or anything we could? Like a.
Yeah, you
I mean-
guys saw those weights downstairs in the
Yeah,
personal.
we do
truck.
make weapon here, so I'm assuming there is like a way to probably weigh
Yeah,
things.
you would definitely need it, especially for any type of crafting, to have the right amount of metal and such.
Then we can make a.
Next project.
Then we can make a weighted butt. It's not the name of them. To the end of them and make it balanced that way. And probably if we have some extra time, make it somewhere you can put your hand that is the balanced part.
Hmm.
If you find a rope or something.
Well, I'm up for another project. We still have some time before lunch. That was for dinner.
Yeah,
Probably not.
lunch passed. You guys kind of skipped lunch.
Yeah, that's fine. We're gonna
It was
craft, like,
supposed to be a long
sandwich.
project, but instead we got really interested in the shield we was making.
We're gonna grab like a sandwich on the way down.
Sure.
I'm gonna eat trail mix because I have it on.
It's kind of flatbread sandwiches, but yeah, it's still sandwiches.
That's fine. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want anything fancy.
Yeah.
Well,
so-
someone isn't eating anything fancier either. He's eating trail mix.
Fair enough.
Because I have one part of my ration left, and I was like, I want this gone from my inventory now.
So then, is the plan then for you guys to take these two spearheads and then head back downstairs again?
Yeah.
I
apparently
guess.
we are
You've
trying-
seen sunlight for brief seconds,
Yeah.
and then we head down to the Undercroft.
We needed some fresh air, okay?
Also, it's now going to be known as the Undercroft, just because it's actually...
Just because we can. Yeah.
Just
It's-
because we can.
yeah.
The undercroft.
We need a Dagna.
I mean, I'm assuming that I am not getting the same amount of tan that Aaron is.
Oh,
but
no.
Standing all the time near a hot furnace, I'm probably getting tanned a bit.
You're definitely getting tanned, the both of you. Yeah. It's
Yeah,
a
but we're
different
getting
type of tan.
furnace tan.
It's the type of you're getting cooked type of tan than the type of...
It's not very even.
it's definitely not very even. The back needs some work. The front though is kind of this nice goldy color, which is quite nice. But yeah,
So good that Savant is very easily to get tan.
considering your size, yes. So yeah, the two of you then head back downstairs, back to your undercraft, to work on your next project.
We
with these
take off
spears.
our shirts again. After having them on for like 2 minutes.
On the way down, you do spot Morumph, who's just having a break in the commons area, and kind of gives you guys a look as you head back down the stairs. It's like, project?
Oh yeah, all the projects today.
Alright. And just turns around. Sarah, you gonna follow them as well, or are you gonna stay upstairs?
I'm gonna go down and hit things.
Alright. Yeah, you head back down towards the dojo, dojo-like area at least.
Does Saren say this before she leaves, or just like, nah, we follow you down the stairs and then she uses
She kind of just veers off to one side.
Yep.
Do you?
Okay.
Yeah. You head in, and this would actually be where Ithelmore's still at, or have you taken a break, probably? Ithelmore?
Oh dear.
Fine, you cut out me then.
Sorry, I didn't hear that.
You cut out on me.
Oh, I said, are you still down in the dojo taking a break?
Yeah, it's still training, just
Alright.
hacking away at it.
Yeah. So he's probably taking a couple of breaks, going into like session 5 of this dummy. And yeah, so you'd walk in. And you would see Shay's actually down here, off to one side, training with one of the other temple monks. Kind of awkwardly. It's just like, alright, I'm going to train with you. Sure. Which is kind of hilarious, as she is smaller and way stronger than this this other kind of humanoid human. He's probably in his like late 30s, and this girl is just kicking his ass right now.
I'll just grin at her and just keep going.
But yeah. So you just wanted to practice?
Yeah.
Sure. So then for this sort of time, just give me a strength check, just to see how
This may
how
not
you
end
do.
well.
Oh, we'll see.
Nope. Didn't end well at all.
In the same fashion as Ithamore. Almost exactly. You're kind of hesitant on your swings because you're not sure what these things are made out of. After a few hits, you're like, oh, these are actually kind of sturdy. Then you just carry on. But these seem to have a lot more resistance than you were expecting, which
Awesome.
causes your swings to not have as much impact. But yeah, you're definitely enjoying that something's not just falling over in 2 hits.
Definite plus.
So yeah, Ulan, what have you decided on your path?
Kind of.
Oh, I love kind ofs.
Hang on. Why is that not doing anything? There we go. It rolled a 1. I forgot which one was. But that's fine because I only remember one of the options. I'm just gonna go back and train some more.
All right then, you go back and you notice then the two, Ithamore and Seren are hitting two of the dummies on one side, and then the far end, where all the monks usually go through the stances and practice, Shay is messing around with some of the other monks, and yeah, it's definitely one-sided with Shay. You also see a few of the other people down here. Belrin, I believe that's the one you interacted, which was the short-haired dwarf.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm just gonna join in with the training, but when it ends, I want to have a quiet word with Shay.
Okay. At this point, yeah. Give me as you're joining in, give me a dex check. Yeah.
That's a save. Let's click the check. My God.
Oh my God. Well, that talk with Shay is going to become a lot quicker. As
Why was I doing Dex and not one of my skills? Acrobatics.
I just wanted to just do flat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just a general exercise. And even through the stance, which you've picked up at this point, somehow someone stepped on your tail, which caused just this whole mess of just bodies just collapsing in different directions. Of not just yourself, but several other monks, which also got caught up in this. As the one that stepped on you jumped backwards away, which then hit someone behind him, which causes everyone just take 5, and everyone kind of just splits to the side, takes a rest for a second. As all right, that was a mess. And Shay's just like, you okay?
I'm out. Oh, I'm fine. Ow. Yep, I'll be good. What? Hello. Oh, Shay, hi. Do you have a minute?
Kind of just looks around. Yeah.
Just a wee quiet word.
What?
Well, I don't want to keep things from you. I want to have an open and trusting situation between us. So I just wanted to tell you that one of the monks here at the temple comes from the east, from the Isles over yonder, and he mentioned a thing or two about the Earth temples, and that there was a temple that he'd heard of that was deliberately demolished because it had become corrupted. I know you don't You don't have to tell me anything if you don't want to. I just want you to know that that's the information that I know. Just so that there's nothing hidden or mysterious between us.
She kind of just blank and kind of just okay.
Like,
Just-
if you ever want to speak about that, you know you can talk to me, right?
kind of just pass you on the shoulder. Too soft.
Okay. Well, you know, I am a tree monk. We're all about the swaying in the breeze and pretty flowers.
She kind of gives you like a I don't know what that means, but sure.
Sorry, tree. It's a big wooden thing, and then Ulan does a tree impression.
She kind of sighs. It's like,
These are my leaves. They're not spirit fingers.
this weak laugh. And just like puts her hand out to help you up.
How much time has passed? Like, not long, I guess, since I was up on the top.
No. Not that long.
Alright, okay. How long was the blacksmithing going on for? Is that still happening, or has that now finished?
Time wise, it's kind of just about finishing, sure.
Okay,
I'd say you're up top for a while.
I was gonna say training montage until that's finished.
Sure.
'Cause-
Yeah, because Shay's going to help you up and then kind of goes in a stance in front of you.
Ulan pulls a ghetto blaster out of the bag of holding and puts on some 80s music.
And then she just does the come at me hand motion.
We're gonna do this. All right, and Ulan drops into a ready stance.
All right, give me 2 rolls: athletics and acrobatics.
Athletics, acrobatics.
I don't need to pull up Shay's sheet again, so I can do this right. Shay.
I'm imagining a Rocky soundtrack so hard right now.
Oh, 21-12. All right. And oops, wait, did I just do it with advantage? I did. Where's the advantage one? Normal. And acrobatics. Oh. All right then. Yeah. It's actually really even between the two of you as you go into this montage. As even though she's technically stronger, you with your size managed to just take the advantage of just reach, and the two of you just like go into like full quick punches and kicks, but both of you seem to just be dodging between, or her punches are just out of reach of yours, and then you punch for her, and then she's too fast to move to the side, out of the way of it. It's just this constant, and a lot of the monks are like stopping for a second, turn to the two of you as you go in this. And it's almost like Dragon Ball Z. You just see like the motion of the fists, and none of them are actually connecting, but they're all just like going next to the target.
That's the name of our sex tape.
What?
Wow.
Wow. He just went there.
Nope.
And yeah, so they all just kind of, a few of them stop for a second, look, and are like, damn, and then carry on.
I'm gonna take the opportunity amongst this stuff to activate my Fist of Unbroken Air.
Okay.
So I start punching Shay without punching Shay. Like, stop trying to hit me and hit me, but backwards.
Fair enough.
Does it mean stop missing, start hitting?
Well, no, it means I can punch it from 10 feet away. So,
Yeah.
I know what you mean, but
Yeah.
the reverse of... No, fine.
And she actually begins to use some of her Battlemaster techniques and begins actually parrying some of the actual attacks, even though they're air blast. She actually begins parrying them with her fists.
Nice.
Because technically it's still a melee weapon, so yeah.
Now stand and shout for 20 minutes to power up.
Yeah. So yeah, this goes on for a numerous amount of time, and Ithamore and Saren, you see this off to one side as this little congregation begins watching these two fight to the side. It's like, especially because you two are almost celebrities as you're from two different temples, so it is kind of interesting watching the two of you fight in very different ways as you immediately switch to your own style of being like a tree and like the wind, and Shay just immediately goes back into solid as a rock style. That's a style. Solid as rock.
No matter how hard the wind blows, the mountain cannot bow to it.
Sure.
Appropriately that quote.
Yeah. And yeah, this goes on for some time. The two up top, Aaron and Serafina, are you two up to anything different? Or are you just going to carry on what you're up to?
Carry on what's up to?
Okay. As just because I want you two to give me some rolls. Aaron, just give me give me a performance check for your just display of casually relaxing at the top. And Seraphine, you can give me a history check as you're reading this book.
Didn't she do a wisdom saving throw for me?
We'll see how good you do.
Never mind.
Fair enough. The guards pay you 0 attention. As Seraphina is completely, as well, just immersed in this book. Seraphina, the book is very interesting as it has a few connection points to history. And it does talk a little bit about planes of where dragons live, as not all of them live on the material plane, which really catches your attention. As a lot of them live in the elemental planes as well as some of the outer ones. But you do find, well, actually, you've already read the part about steel dragons, as well as the section which talks about the hybrids and other variations of the dragon. Let's get this out of the way. The two that are craft bros, #craft bros,
Yes.
you guys have headed back downstairs to your wondrous workstation of mastercrafts.
Did you see that we acquired some special material? I sent you a whisper.
You're taking out the green scales.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. If I remember, there was quite a good amount of these.
Yeah, 5 LBS.
These are the ones that the group had picked up from the mutated kobold, I believe.
Yep.
All right.
If it's the stuff that was in the hole, then yeah.
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 So these are very interesting for you, Senator, as you've never seen a dragon, and you definitely
Yeah,
haven't seen
Savant.
dragon scales up close.
That's why Savant
Wait,
basically
do you
like,
even
green
know what it
scales,
is
that
then?
look
It's
cool.
like, what the fuck is this bucket of green stuff? I don't know.
I mean,
Let's
I
make a
don't know.
shield out of it.
Well, it's a scale, so you definitely know it's a large lizard, and the only large lizard you can think of is either a wyvern or a dragon.
So for all you know, that could be like Ulan's mum's ashes.
Wow.
Well timed, Mims.
So yeah, actually, on the case, you two can give me give me nature checks, the two of you, as you're inspecting these for the work.
Both rolls once. We don't know what it is.
Oh,
but
yeah, I have no idea what it is.
I have some idea.
Yeah, you're like, you know about creatures, and
Hunter, I
considering
hope I
you've been actually in the mountain range, you've definitely heard the sound of a dragon.
Ooh.
Yeah, you definitely hear the roar of a dragon through the mountains. You're very fortunate to not have met one yet, but yes, you've definitely heard the noise. And
Even more the reason to use that.
And these they're odd because you know of the different types of dragons. It's generally known to just about everyone the types of colors of dragons. These ones, looking at this kind of green, it's a very odd shade of green. It's almost brown in parts of it. And you double check to see if it's like blood stained or anything, but it's actually part of the scales. And they're rather thin, but they're robust.
Yeah, they're meant to be detailing, so.
Which you're not really sure because you have no basis to go off. But these, they're dense. What are you going to use them for?
Well, my main idea was use them as basically where you hold a hand instead of a rope, basically.
That would be freaking painful. It would be basically
I know I
like
pain, but maybe not quite.
it'd be
that
basically like using shark skin.
Uh,
Yeah.
Are they really, really sharp?
They're pretty sharp. Yes. They're rough.
Maybe-
It's almost like very
Can-
hard, like
Alright.
nails. No,
can we
like-
coat the
No, I don't
top
want to
basically
actually.
down?
Yeah.
I don't want to actually. Yeah, how do we coat the thing? I was thinking, since they're really sharp, we just put them around the metal tip.
The adamantine tip?
Yeah,
Tip?
this the adamantine tip, and then at the really base, we just put a ring of it, just sticking out. So it might do some extra damage while piercing. Like
Basically making it like a more like a tribal spearfish.
yeah. Can I draw something somewhere? Just to.
Basically, you're going to use it as decoration around the base of the blade
Yeah.
itself.
Basically,
Yeah.
it's decoration. Maybe it does some extra damage. I don't know.
Okay. They're probably not thick enough to go like very high, but you can definitely use it as some type of
I mean, we
decoration
We
mostly.
just want to do some decoration. Just
Sure.
maybe a ring around it, and maybe a couple of rings around the.
Main part of this work. What are you using for as the shaft?
What metal do we have lying around? Do we have any steel?
You definitely have access to iron, steel. Yeah, there'll probably be some steel laying around. It's one of the two easier materials to get hold of.
Yeah. I mean,
I think we should do it out of steel.
yeah.
Because Savant knows how to do runes, I may actually do some runing on it because I've done that on my bullets before.
And considering Senator, you're going to be the one probably doing the work on this. How are you going to do this?
Okay. Have I ever built a throwing weapon before?
You've always made daggers. Daggers was one of your first practices, and then your largest one has been throwing hammers.
All right. So I'm gonna look to Savan because he's the one that actually makes calculations and stuff, and see if he has any idea how to balance one of these things. I'm just gonna do.
Do you have any specific weights, like 1 kilo, 2 kilos?
I think we have some of those in the
Yeah.
furnace. Yeah.
So after some testing, basically trying to find like what is the similar weight,
Mm-hmm.
and making a butt plug. I hate how this word is correct, but not.
Wow.
That sounded like something else.
I'm sorry, did I just hear the word butt plug?
Yeah, that's what I heard. Yeah. That was,
A counterweight. That's a better word.
there we go.
I'm gonna then make a counterweight, so we have the blade and the counterweight are the same weight, and basically then it may be slightly unbalanced, but it wouldn't be noticed by the scales. Basically.
Yeah, no, that's no problem. The main question I'm having: are you making this out of solid metal, or are you going to make it hollow?
Think-
She wanted it solid, right?
I did want solid, but that would be really heavy.
Yeah, really heavy. Which is the
It would be easy to make it a sheet metal, just a heavy sheet metal and bending it.
Oh, yeah, that would be easier. I mean, what's the lightest metal I have access to?
Oh gosh.
If I want
Apart
to make
from-
something.
You have the common metals, which is iron and steel. You would have to ask and probably make a deal for one of the other type of metals, such as mithril.
Ooh. Yeah, that would probably be very expensive, though.
It's definitely cheaper that you know here, considering you've been into Merthyr. There's a big difference in prices from here and there.
If you want to do it, if you don't want to do it, Savan says that he will help out. He's also thinking about melting down some gold for detailing.
Yeah, the main problem is no detailing. Do we want to make it hollow? That's because if we was in steel, essentially we would have to.
We would have to.
Yeah, because
or
otherwise
we could do some wheeling and dealing for mithril, and then we could make it solid.
Yeah, we're probably going to make it hollow.
We make it
Otherwise-
hollow.
Yeah, it would be too heavy to actually throw.
Well, it would be throw, but it would be more of a spear at that point, not a javelin.
Yeah.
There's probably going to be some center force. So we should probably make it into 2 pieces. And under the handle, basically having some metal under the handle. So it's more solid in weight there. It would still have the same like gravity, but it would feel better in the hand.
There would always be weight at the front because of the blade. But anyway,
Yeah. Yeah, it
so
would
have you
not
decided,
lightweight.
are you making it hollow or making it solid?
No, we're making it hollow.
You're making
Yeah,
it
we make it
hollow
hollow.
and out of
Yeah.
steel.
Yeah, because a solid piece of steel would probably be.
It would be throwing a ballista around.
Yes.
Basically.
And the problem with that is,
Even for you, that would be difficult.
oh damn it!
Yeah.
I mean,
You're looking
Oh.
at probably like
Oh.
15 pounds of weight, literally, just trying to lift it, and then throwing it. Yeah, that's beyond just like a heavy weapon. That's like, yeah, that's a
Really
ballista
heavy
bolt,
It's a giant javelin at that point.
yeah.
basically.
Give it to Aaron.
You just get crushed under the weight.
So yeah, so the two of you begin work on this. So you work out probably 2 ingots together would be a good amount for the length and to curl it. Senja, you're going to begin working on the forge.
Right.
I would like for the actual process 2 rolls.
All right.
Strength and a wisdom. Both of these will
Strength
be
and
your
wisdom.
proficiency.
Do we have advantage on this?
Savant.
I'm proficient in everything. He's proficient in, and I have the same wisdom as him. If that makes sense.
He can assist you with the strength one. The wisdom one he
Alright.
won't be able to help you
Alright,
with.
so the strength one I have advantage, the wisdom one I do not. Okay.
So you could spend key, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In your crafting.
Yes.
I'm just saying, if I don't have to.
The wisdom is basically you actually bending it in the style that you've designed. 22. All right.
An
And
18.
Sorry?
Starting off with an 18, I said.
Yeah, it's an 18 plus. It's not as good as before, but I mean, it's not too bad. And
It's not
the
too bad.
wisdom, I would have a straight roll.
Yep.
I'm ready to use. Wisdom. 18, and I'm using 1 hero point because I have a ton of them. It's a 24.
All right. Yeah. So Savant, you watch him put it in the metal, into the forge, and it begins to heat up immensely quick, considering the forge is literally heated by lava. As he begins to pull it out, it's almost blue hot.
And we start hammering on it.
You begin hammering, and as you begin hammering, Seneca begins to actually curl it, not touching it, but just like pushing it with, literally, almost with,
Literally is mine.
literally with his mind, begins to bend it around as you begin hammering onto the anvil. and it begins to perfectly curl. You worried it might start to spiral instead, but you keep the right shape the whole way through. Yeah, that was pretty good. As you get the hollow shape, you bring it up towards one of the tips. Actually, you probably do both of these at the same time, or you're going to do one after the other.
All right.
Yeah, do one after the other. That makes more sense. So
Yeah.
the first one, yeah, I'll have both of you roll. So both of you can give me, this will be a dex check with this one, as you begin to form fit it and chisel it into the shape.
With
Just-
efficiency?
Yeah, so both of you have proficiency dex checks.
I'm just gonna roll a Tinker's tool.
All right, so just a normal one, and we both roll.
Yep.
Okay.
Because this is both your effective works onto it.
I'm gonna spend hero points.
15.
Fair enough.
All right, it's a lot better because it pushes it up to the next DC. So 15 and 22. So the two of you begin working actually on the form itself. As you begin to fit onto the actual blade tip itself, it fits on pretty well. You had already calculated roughly the size, had put into the pin. You just begin working actually on the creation of it. You make sure there's correct divots for the handholds, as well as markings for where you're going to actually put on wrappings, as well as a little bit of tapering to make sure there's a good amount of balance at the about the front center, and then you taper it towards the end. And it looks pretty functional as a spear itself. It's of a decent length. It's a little bit shorter than a normal spear just because of the weight you wanted to take into account. But it's still a decent length spear. It's a little heavy. It's definitely not a normal spear. But it's definitely of description of what Saren was asking for. Savan, you said you wanted to do a little bit of touch up onto it.
Yes, some detailing with runes that's gonna be inscribed with gold.
Okay, where do you got gold from?
My gold coins, I'm gonna smelt it down.
Okay, how many are you going to smelt down?
50 gold coins.
Oh, that's a lot of gold.
That's a lot of gold.
That's a lot of gold. Are you sure?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what? 25 and 25. Let's not go crazy.
That's enough to coat the entire thing.
All right. Maybe a little
You
less.
probably only need around 10 gold coins.
All right. So I'm
Yeah.
just gonna use 10 of my gold coins.
Okay.
Alright.
And this is definitely Tinker's tool, right?
50 gold, that is so much. You could coat literally the entire spear in gold. Oh my word. Yeah. So, yeah. Think of the size of a gold coin. Imagine having 50. Oh gosh. Yeah, so you begin working on this. Senju can probably help you on this as well. So do it with advantage. Another dex, actually.
Tinkers.
Yes, so this with advantage. 20. Alright.
I'm gonna use hero points because I like using hero points for something that he's burning for.
Alright. You hit
25.
the second to last milestone. Milestone? Check. Anyway. Yeah. Wow. What are you marking onto it? Just basic stuff, or?
Yeah, basic dwarven stuff.
Yeah. Because I was going to say, you're not an enchanter, so that makes no sense.
Yeah.
So yeah. So yeah, begin.
I could do the runes, but they wouldn't be able to work.
Yeah, obviously. So yeah, you put some nice detailing on it. You make sure, especially the wrappings as well, are correctly coated, so they're not rough in the hand. And yeah, you finish with a little bit of tinkering. You use the dragon scales. So mark off. Was there a number? Or was...
5 LBS.
Oh, so it's £5.
5 pounds.
Yeah, so mark off. Just mark off £1 from it. You didn't use too many.
Collectively.
Yeah. So it's down to 4. And you put those around both the the base of the spear as well as around the joint itself, which also covers the pin, which is quite handy. Completing it again with decent efficiency. It takes a little longer in comparison to the shield itself, just because of the amount of focus you two wanted to put into this to make sure, one, this is a lot of metal you were working with. You wanted to make sure you didn't dent the metal, and it especially didn't have any weak points in this hollow shaft of metal, because that's important. But it looks pretty good. And you finish up on the first one. Just to speed up the process of the second one, as you two have kind of got a better idea, just give me Senator, give me the athletics with advantage.
Oh shit, I'm gonna spend 3 key points.
3 key points. Okay, push
to 20.
Push it up to 20. Alright.
Yeah.
And then the two of you to give me dex checks. Dex tinkering checks.
Okay. So, one without advantage, one with advantage?
Yeah, for you, yes.
Oh, sorry.
So you do your acrobatics, yeah, because that's the same number.
Oh,
16 and
shit.
12. Ooh.
Uh,
You guys are feeling the heat.
I am spending another 3 key points to bump it up again.
I'm spending a hero
On the
two.
16?
That would be
For
2.
fuck's sake, 2. I'm gonna spend
8,
2 of them.
You
you
can
know
only
what?
spend 1 hero point, but...
Well, one on each.
on the 16 and 23? Alright.
Fuck it, I'm gonna spend 4
Oh
key
my-
points and bump it up to 20.
Oh my gosh. Everything's been burnt. Alright.
Yeah, I mean...
First one, second one.
Alright. That's pretty good. So the first one goes to 21. The second goes to 27. Alright. And Senager pushed the 12 to 20? Yep.
And the other one to 22. Yeah, to 22, not to 22.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also,
So yes. So yeah. It takes you guys... You guys are pretty exhausted at this point. Actually, I'll probably put you guys down as a point of exhaustion at this point, actually. You've worked on like 5 things in one day. Being in a
But
forge
it's
is...
a good exhaustion point, basically.
It's a good exhaustion point, and you do finish it. It's up to the same standard, barely. You guys push yourself to the brink of exhaustion because you wanted to make sure you kept your standard. It's like, you guys have a gold standard to hold to now. You can't let yourselves down. So yeah, both of you mark down 1 exhaustion point, but you do finish it before the evening comes. Actually, no, the evening definitely has arrived. But it is complete, to of the same standard, and you now have 2 spears of I guess this is a really explicitive descriptive title of adamantine tipped steel shaft green dragon scale decoration spears.
yeah.
Jesus
But
Christ.
they
With
are
gold.
finished with a gold finish, but they are finished.
Don't forget it's ruined also.
It is ruined with gold, yes, which you've used as well around parts of the scale to make sure it matches in with the style. Which at this point it's way past dinner time. You guys, yeah, again,
We have
you just like completely missed both lunch and dinner at this point. And yeah, wow. Yeah, you guys are literally so starving, exhausted, definitely dehydrated at this point as well. But you're feeling good.
Rough bros.
the weakest and most tired high five ever. It's made.
Yeah, we completely miss each other.
So like Durand has
It's
been
more of
watching.
like a shoulder high five because they can't reach the hands up all the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah, your muscles freaking ache. Yeah, like the two of you been hammering this metal so long. Yeah, it's like you're definitely gonna have like some sick biceps soon, but it's you.
Savant's eyes are tied for having the eyes mute seeing while he was engraving, like.
Oh yeah,
Ruining, I mean,
yeah.
Like,
The looking into the fire is definitely causing you to squint a lot more. But yeah, Duran's been watching you two, and it's just like, you two, get some rest. I don't want you dying down here.
Yeah, probably a good idea. Definitely a good idea. Oh, I need some food. And
Also,
water.
good work.
Well,
so
I,
Savant's like, oh god, he said good work to me.
I've had the best masters. That is for sure. Alright. And I cannot pat someone in the back. Let's go get dinner, drinks, beds, whatever, anything. I just want to sleep and eat.
Wow, that's like the full date spectrum.
It is. It is.
See, you made it that far, Savant. Dinner and bed.
But it's like a Mormon like dating, so it's two different beds, two different bedrooms.
Yes. And I'm guessing we go upstairs.
Yeah.
Well, that's up to you guys. Yes.
Do we meet anyone upstairs that is still sitting and drinking?
I don't know. It's now into the evening at this point, so I imagine most people have gone upstairs to at least finish dinner. Which I hope at this point. Ithamor Saren probably have gone upstairs to eat at this point, as well as Ulan. After his awesome epic fight with Shay. Which ended in a tie. Because...
Wait, Ulan's got a tie now? What?
Well, technically you did.
Savant did put the
Is it like
spears
a bow
in
tie, or is
portable
it
hole,
like
by
a-
the way.
Well, you've had that suit that Aaron made for you ages ago.
Oh, that's true. Did that have a tie?
I think that had a bow tie.
Was it a bow tie?
It definitely had
It was.
something.
It was
Yeah.
a bow tie,
Did it
I think.
also
I
have a
remember
pocket
that.
square?
Of course it did. It's
Oh, right,
Aaron. It was
right.
perfectly coordinated.
As soon as it got to after 6, Ulan changed. And is now wearing the suit.
Alright, sure.
Because that means that I might get the opportunity to quote 30 Rock.
So, as you guys are finishing up and just having drinks to relax, as night is definitely set in at this point, as you can actually tell it is night, as the sun has set, you find, you notice the two Crafts Bros, like the slowest, sluggish walk you've possibly seen, struggling to get up these stairs, like holding onto the wall to lift themselves up.
Dragging the spears behind us because we cannot lift them right now.
No, I put them in portable holes so we could carry them up with us.
All right, okay.
I'm guessing me and Serafina went downstairs, right?
Yeah, it's definitely gotten a lot colder at this point. So you've gone downstairs to probably join the rest of your group.
I'll look at Senegir, I'll look at Saren. I'm gonna go to Senegir and cast Greater Restoration to remove his...
And this is why I love the clerk.
He is like the best wingman ever.
Oh, wow. The uses of Greater Restoration. Sure. As, yeah.
Just FYI, Senegir was totally going to have a headache tonight. So, thank you for that.
Yeah. Aaron comes up to you, like, places two hands on your shoulders, kind of looks you in the face, and it's like, gives you a, like, slow nod, and it's like, you feel this warm sensation go through your shoulders and into your chest, and you lose your point of exhaustion.
Seeing this as he's hastening up a bit more, Savant hands him the portable hole and like, go for it. Basically, with a nod.
In the porn industry, Aaron would be called a fluffer.
Wow. You know,
He's the guy that gets you good to go between scenes.
he is with the Temple of Sune, so you know. Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
I got your back.
Just that title: Steel Adamant Tips, Green Dragon Scale, Golden Rune Goblet.
All right,
Yeah, I'm not writing all that out.
I nod towards Aaron, with a huge smile on my face. Pat his shoulder. I kind of walk towards Aaron, and I bring the two spears up from the portable hole.
And they are ridiculous. Like, you imagine literally just put some metal on the end of these spear tips and they're done. These are like ornate, could be put on a wall, decorations of this wonderful metal, slightly twisted on both ends, with gold scripting across it in Dwarvish. And the dragon scales you remember from the Emerald Sea, being placed around both the base and around this black tip as additional ornate detailing. You're not sure if you should like hang these up or use them in a fight.
Oh no, I'm using them.
Yeah, use them.
They are built to last because we did know the owner.
I mean, if you want to kill something, you should do it looking fancy while doing it. And I kind of toss
Awesome.
the javelins. Right, yeah. That was a workout, let me tell you.
Savant is slumped in the corner.
Yeah. Oh, right. Is there any food around? Still any food on the tables? Anything? I will take cold
Probably.
turkey.
And
Yeah.
a gallon of ale, please.
At this point, there isn't much. There is a few people who are collecting plates. They look at you as like, sure, we'll get something for you.
Yeah, anything is fine. I don't need anything fancy. Probably something with meat, possible, and a decent amount of ale, if possible.
And the return for both of you with this thick broth stew and a nice big bottle of dwarven ale.
All right. I hand stew and ale to Savan. Say, great work, man. Great work.
Weak thumbs up as they start to like slurp down the stew because it's so dry.
Right. So one thing I need you to tell all of you guys, since we're all here. Do you remember the female Goliath that was here around?
No.
Okay. There was a female Goliath who is around. Apparently, she has heard of the Broken Compass, and she wants to talk to you in 2 days at the entrance of the Mirror Forge. I'm not entirely sure if she's like a fan or she wants to kill you all. Maybe both. Not entirely sure. But
Wouldn't be the first time.
I mean, we mentioned that we were interested in going to the Underdark, and she seemed to have some knowledge of it, at least. So it might be interesting just talking to her.
That you'll die.
Yeah, I mean, but at least she knows that she would die, so she must know something about the Underdark.
Worth checking out, at least.
I mean, we have, like, currently 0 lead. Anything we have is better than none.
Oh.
But did she say specifically she wants to meet us in 2 days, or that
Yeah,
be
she said
leaving
she
in 2
wanted to, because she's leaving in 2 days.
So we can talk to her before then, is that? Or
What did she say exactly? I'm asking this to the DM. I know she said she wanted to meet outside the gates. I'm assuming after 2 days of...
Yeah, that seemed to be the gist of things.
Yeah.
She wasn't a very talkative person, so yeah, she's definitely gonna be probably around, but yeah, it seems she wants to talk to you outside in 2 days.
Yeah. So, days. Let's talk to her in 2 days. In the meantime, So, do you have any kind of lead? Anything else that we can follow up on?
Silence.
Yeah. Right.
That's
Okay.
because I'm muted.
I would say we meet up with her because at this point we cannot kind of afford to turn down any help since we have been looking for some time and haven't found anything.
We might as well make the most of this brief reprieve that we've got, and
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't mind getting something crafted tomorrow from the temple.
Savant looks up like, what now?
Well, I
I'm
mean,
not going down there to that night.
not necessarily from these guys. Maybe I don't want your crappy craftsmanship.
Oh, wait, hang on. Crappy craftsmanship?
Golan, do you really mean that?
I don't know.
Savant looks physically hurt, like, what? Tear-eyed.
Ulan is very confused about why people are being hostile, and it's like, what? No. Offensive.
I think what he means is it's not battle tested yet.
Well,
Maybe-
actually, what I meant was I was hoping for a souvenir from the temple, and getting a souvenir made by members of my group isn't quite the same.
Oh, yeah. Then sure, you can ask. I'm not-
Savant points at like Senator, like, what?
Yeah. I mean, we don't really make souvenirs, but I'm sure if
Well,
you can ask.
when I say souvenir, it's in inverted commas.
Oh, okay.
Well, I would I have quite the assortment of daggers, as you may be aware,
Oh,
but they are all mismatched and different. I was kind of wondering about getting a set of like matching, well-balanced throwing daggers put together.
I'm
As a
pretty
kind of-
sure we have some of those just lying around.
Aye, but bearing in mind this is part of my progression through the 5 temples of our faith, I was perhaps wondering about getting something a wee bit more bespoke.
Yeah, sure. You might ask some of the masters. They can direct you to some crafters, especially if you want maybe like something more a little bit fancier.
Aye.
There are some crafters here that work with some materials that can make better weapons. So sure, definitely.
I will talk to Ambi in a break because I have an idea of what I want.
Yeah.
Will you tell him what you want, what you really want?
What you really, really want. So, I suggest, from what it sounds of it, you guys are going to finish off the evening and return to your dorms.
Yes.
And then Seneca is going to finish off, yeah. In Sarah.
Alrighty.
This will get old sometime. Someday. This
Not
will
yet.
get old. But not yet. Okay.
Today is not that day.
Today is not that day.
Tomorrow is not looking good either.
Looking at the calendar, it's probably going to be the month. So, we'll have a quick break and return to see what the fuck happens afterwards. And you can ask me whatever you were going to ask me. Alright.